Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. For a few days, the occasional General Hospital fan commented on how Steve Burton Jason Morgan is coping after recent news. It's been 3 days since his name was linked to a scam that cheated an elderly woman out of her home and plenty of cash. A GoFund was started. Let's take a look and see how it's doing for the victim. The GoFund campaign was launched in Los Angeles after a GH fan ended up scammed out of her life savings and her home by criminals using artificial intelligence AI to impersonate Steve Burton. The fundraiser, created by Vivian Ruvalcaba, is titled Help Vivian Save Her Mother's Home and Dignity. It aims to raise $18,000 to cover urgent legal fees and stop her 66-year-old mother, Abigail, from losing everything. As of now, the campaign has collected just over $1,550 from 30 donors. Unfortunately, it's short of the $18,000 target. The money raised fights an eviction order and challenges the sale of Abigail's condo. People reported that during a manic episode connected to her bipolar disorder, she ended up manipulated into selling the property for $350,000. She turned the proceeds over to scammers who convinced her she communicated with the real-life Jason Morgan. The condo, once the family's financial lifeline, ended up flipped for a profit by a real estate company. Vivian, who holds power of attorney for her mom, fights a legal battle to reverse the transaction. She described the fundraiser as both a plea for help and a way to raise awareness about how easily vulnerable people are targeted by online fraud. The fundraiser came after she begged the seller to reverse the sale and offered to pay back the money. However, instead of doing that, they sent an eviction notice. "This wasn't just a scam," she wrote, adding, "it cost us our home and our future." She also highlighted how predatory companies and scammers exploited her mother's condition, stripping away decades of financial stability. The GoFund page found some sympathy and support, but donations remain modest compared to the family's growing legal costs. Vivian explained that the funds will be used to hire attorneys, cover court fees, and keep a roof over their heads while the case plays out. Without outside help, eviction becomes a looming reality. Steve Burton addressed the situation, warning General Hospital fans he would never reach out for money. People also cited him as saying to KABC that the video that scammed Abigail sounds like my voice for sure, 100. Unfortunately, similar impersonation scams become more common on social media, and not everyone has the knowledge and savvy to know when they are faked by AI. For Vivian and her mom, the campaign goes beyond just fundraising. Apart from the real need for cash, they fight for dignity and stability after a devastating betrayal. Supporters can donate directly through the GoFund platform, and even small contributions, she says, make a difference in keeping her mother safe. The growing risks of AI scams become more believable these days, and really, the possibility seems likely that in time, anybody could become targets. So far, donations range from between $5 and $500. Notably, the fundraiser isn't a scammer trying to scam folks. The write-up notes that Abigail lives on permanent disability through Social Security because her disorder took over her life. Vivian added, "Elderly people, especially those with disabilities, are prime targets for scammers. If it can happen to my family, it can happen to yours." Plus, she pointed out, elderly people, especially those with disabilities, are prime targets for scammers. If it can happen to my family, it can happen to yours. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and stay with us.